Hello students, now I am going to do Department of Education Eastern Province Year End Evaluation 2019 Paper 2. So you get 3 hours for this paper. So you get 2 parts. Each part you get 6 questions, but you have to only answer 5 questions. And each question worth 10 marks. And what about the time? You can spend 18 minutes per question. So in the first page you get question 1 and 2. Second page you get questions 3, 4, 5. And then the next page, here 6 question is there, and part B 7, 8, 9, 10. And last page you get questions 11 and 12. So let's do this paper 2. Let's do question number 1 in paper 2. A person had 100,000 rupees and he deposited exactly half of it in a bank at 7% annual rates of compound interest for 2 years. So this is about compound interest and you need to find out dividends. So share market. So we'll do separately all these parts. So what's the amount deposited? 100,000 rupees. So exactly half of it in a bank, 7% annual rates of compound interest for 2 years. Remain invested to buy shares of company, a market price 20 rupees per share. The company pays 2 rupees as dividend income per share. Find the income received from the bank after 2 years. So this is 7% annual rate. So what's the amount? Now half of it deposited. Half of 100,000 rupees, that's 50,000 rupees. So 50,000 rupees for 1 year. If you deposit 100, you get 107. 107 over 100, this is after 1 year. If you want 2 years, you have to multiply this again. So 2 zeros get cancelled out. You get here also 2 zeros get cancelled out. 107 times 107. So that means 107. 7 times 7, 49. 7 times 1, 7. And then multiplied by 5. So you get 57,245 rupees is the income received from the bank after 2 years. How many shares can be bought from the company for the amount of invested? Now it says remaining amount. So remaining amount means other 50,000 invested to buy shares of a company, a market price of 20 rupees. So how many shares are there? Number of shares is equal to 50,000 rupees divided by 20. So 2,500 shares bought. So you get how many marks? So 3 marks for the first step and 2,500 you get 2 marks. So let's do the next one. What is the total dividend income received from the company after 2 years? So what's the dividend value? 2 rupees per share. So 2 rupees per share, there are 2,500 shares. So this is for 1 year. For 2 years, you have to multiply this by 2. So you get 5,000 times 2, 10,000 rupees is the income received from the company after 2 years. Which is the most profitable investment from the above two? So, here you get 10,000 rupees incomes. So, when you deposited in the bank, what's the income you get? So, you get the subtraction of that. So, 57,245 minus 50,000. What's the value? You get 7,245 is the extra amount income from first method. But we can see 10,000 rupees is greater than 7,245. That means which method is profitable? This one. So, what is that? Invest in the share market. So, invest in the share market is more profitable. So, how many marks? So, you get 2 marks for this step and 3 marks for writing this. So, 5 here and previous 5 marks, 10 marks for the whole question. Question number 2, this is about quadratic graphs. So, for the quadratic graphs, you can ask for a graph paper to draw the graph. So, let's do the quadratic graph. Following incomplete table is prepared for drawing the graph of the function y equals x minus 1 whole thing squared minus 2. Fill in the blanks of the table. So, we have to find out the y value when x equals minus 1. Y value when x equals minus 1. So, substitute minus 1 squared minus 2. So, minus 1 minus 2 minus 1 minus 1 minus 2 squared minus 2. You get 4 minus 2, that's 2. So, this is 2. What's the value when x equals 1? 1 minus 1 squared minus 2. That means 0 minus 2 is minus 2. Y equals minus 2. So, this is minus 2. Then the second part, by taking 10 small squares along both x-axis and y-axis, draw the graph of the function. So, we can first scale it starting from minus 2, minus 2, minus 1, 0. So, you can put 0 here. That means we can draw the y-axis here. Now, label the y-axis starting from 7. So, we will start from 7, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and 0, 0. So, this is the x-axis. This is 0, minus 1, minus 2. That's the minimum value. Now, label the x-axis minus 1, minus 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. Now, this is x and y. So, we know 10 small squares is 1 unit. So, this way 1 small square is 0.1. This way also 0.1. 1 over 10. Now, we have the scale. Now, we can mark the points. So, we will mark the points. minus 2, 7. Minus 2, 7 is this. Minus 1, 2. 0 minus 1. 1 minus 2. 2 minus 1. 3, 2. 4, 7. Now you can draw the line. So, only these 2 points you can use the ruler to join, but not for the middle part. So, middle part you have to smoothly connect. So, from here you can draw this one, from here you can draw the other part. So, that's the quadratic graph. So, how many marks for these 2 steps? So, you get 2 marks for finding these 2 values, 1 mark here, 1 mark, and always you know 3 marks for the graph. 1 mark for the scale, 1 mark for marking the points and smoothly connecting the graph, 1 mark. So, altogether 3 plus 2, 5 marks for part A, 1 and 2. So, now we will use the graph to answer the other questions. Using your graph, write the equation of axis of symmetry. So, what is the axis of symmetry? That is the line passes through the vertex point. So, vertex point. So, this is the axis of symmetry. So, always the x values are 1. So, what is the vertical line? Axis of symmetry, x equals 1. Write the coordinate of minimum point of the graph. So, this is the minimum point. So, it is 1 and minus 2. Write the range of x when the function is increasing negatively. Increasing here to here. Increasing negatively this point to this point. So, that means 1 and here 2.4. So, x is in between 1 and 2.4. So, how many marks? So, we gave already 5 marks. So, x equals 1, 1 mark, that is 6, 2 marks here, 8 and 1 to 2.4, another 2 marks, 10 marks for the whole question. Now, let us do the next one. Question number 3. So, that is simultaneous equation question and algebraic fractions. So, first we will do the first part. Tarindu has 25 rupees more than twice of money that Ruwan had. If Tarindu gives 75 to Ruwan, both have equal amount of money. By taking x as the amount of money Ruwan has. Ruwan has x rupees and Tarindu has y rupees as the amount of money Tarindu has. From a pair of simultaneous equations and find the amount of money both have separately. So, you have to construct 2 equations and solve. So, we have to read it again. Tarindu has 25 more than twice of that Ruwan had. Twice of Ruwan had 2x and Tarindu had y. So, the difference is 25 rupees. So, that is your first equation. And what about the second one? If Tarindu gives 75 to Ruwan, so y minus 75, that is equal to x plus 75. So, Tarindu gives 75, then Ruwan receives that. So, what you get? When you take it to this side, y minus x equals 75 plus 75, 150. That is your second equation. Now, you have to solve the 2 equations and find x and y. So, what can you do? Same coefficient of y and same sign. So, you have to subtract the 2 equations. 1 minus 2. minus 2x minus minus becomes plus x is equal to 25 minus 150, that's minus 125. Then we can see minus 2x and plus x becomes minus x is minus 125. So x becomes plus 125. Then if x is 125, you can use the one of the equations. So I'll take equation 2. What's y value? Y is 150 plus x 125. So you get 275. So that means Ruan had x rupees means 125 rupees. Tarindu had 275 rupees. So those are the two values. So we'll see how you get all these marks. So 5 marks for the whole thing. So 275 and 125, 5 marks. So definitely you are getting 2 marks for writing down the two equations and finding x 1 mark, finding y 1 mark and writing down separately 1 mark. So 5 marks for that. Now we'll take part B. Solve. So this is algebraic fraction. So what you do first, you have to make the same denominator. So 3x minus 1 and x means you multiply these two. That's the common denominator. Then that means you have to multiply this fraction by x. X into x, x squared. This fraction you have to multiply by 3x minus 1. So that's equal to 1 over 3. Now try to expand the numerator. X squared minus 3x minus minus becomes plus 1. And so you have to expand brackets. 3x squared minus x. That's equal to 1 over 3. Now fractions are there, so you can cross multiply and take all terms to one side. 3 times x squared, 3x squared, 9x plus 3 is equal to 1 times this, 3x squared minus x. Now we can see 3x squared get cancelled out. So when you take minus 9x to this side, you get plus 9x. 9x minus x, 8x is equal to 3. X becomes 3 over 8. So that's the answer. So how many marks? 5 marks for all. So we'll give 1 mark for this step, 1 mark for simplifying, cross multiply 1 mark, method 1 mark and final answer 1 mark. So 5 marks for the whole thing. So 5 here and part A 5 marks, 10 marks. Question number 4, that's a scale diagram and you have to use trigonometry in part B. So let's do the question. Part A, in a scale diagram is drawn to represent 2 kilometers for 1 centimeter. Write the scale as a ratio in simplest form. 1 centimeter, 2 kilometers. So to write down the scale, you have to convert both to centimeters. This one also centimeters. First convert to meters, you multiply by 1000 and multiply by 100 to get centimeters. So 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 200,000 with 1. So 1 to 200,000 is the scale. Then the second part, find the actual length represented by 7.5 centimeters in the scale diagram. 1 centimeter is 2 kilometers, means if this is 7.5 centimeters, you just multiply 2 with 7.5. You get 15 kilometers. So how many marks? 2 marks for the scale, and for 15 kilometers you get 2 marks. So altogether 4 marks. Let's do next part. The point A on top of a coconut tree is tied to the point P on the ground by using 12-meter length rope. The angle between the ground and the rope is 56 degrees and 20 minutes. Drawing a rough diagram to represent above information, find the height of the tree to the nearest whole number. So you have to sketch it. The point A on top of a coconut tree is tied to the point P on the ground. So we'll draw the diagram. So we'll take the line. So this is the horizontal line, and we'll take, this is the tree. So vertically up. So this is 90 degrees. So the point A on top of a coconut tree is tied. So this is A to the point P on the ground. So we'll take this one as P, and the rope, the angle between the rope and the horizontal line, that's the rope. This is the rope, and the angle of this one is given 56 degrees and 20 minutes. And what's the length of the rope? Length of the rope is 12 meters. Now this is the sketch, and you are asked to find out the height of the tree to the nearest whole number. So this height. So we can't put any letter, so we'll take this one as B. So we need to find out the length AB. So we need this one. To this angle, this is opposite, and this is hypotenuse. Opposite and hypotenuse, what's the ratio? So cat over sine ratio. So we can use sine ratio. Sine 56 degrees 20 minutes is equal to AB over 12. So what is AB? 12 times sine 56 20. Now refer sine tables. So what is sine 56 and 20? 56 and 20, 0.8323. 0.8323. So multiply by 12. So we'll multiply 0.8323 multiply by 12. Without the decimal, first multiply and multiply by 2 and add it. Now 4 decimal places you have to keep. So you get 9.9876, but you have to write this as a whole number. So what's the whole number? You can write as 10 meters. So the height of the tree is 10 meters. So how many marks for this step? So you get 2 marks for the answer and 2 marks for the diagram. Next part, find the angle of elevation of the top of the tree when looked from 6 meters away from foot of the tree. Now the diagram is slightly different. So this is the tree. Now here, earlier this one. So P was there before. Now it says find the angle of elevation of the top of the tree when look from 6 meters away from the foot of the tree. So this is 6 meters and the height we found, height of the tree 10 meters. So we need to find out this angle. So how will you find out this angle? So this is opposite to that, this is adjacent. Opposite and adjacent, what's the suitable ratio? So get over tan ratio. So tan of this angle, tan theta, is 10 over 6. When you divide, what you get? 6 times 1, 6. For 40, that's 6 times 6, 36. Again 40. 6 times 6, 36. So repeating. So 6, 6. Final one you can round up and say 7. 1.6667. Now you have to refer the inverse of that. So tangent table and refer where you get 1.6667. 1.6643. 6643 is there. So that's the maximum here. So how many more we need? 6643. So 67 minus 43, you need another 24. 24 from here. So we'll take 23, that's 2. So 59 and 2. 59 degrees and 2 minutes. So that's the angle of elevation from a point 6 meters away from the foot of the tree. So how many marks for that? So you get 2 marks for the last part as well. Now let's take question number 5. The number of dresses sewn by the employees in an apparel per day is given below. So this is about statistics. So we'll do the first part. Write the model class, one which has the highest frequency. Look at the data set. Here 15 is the highest, so 14 to 16 is the model class. Then, so second part, it says find the mean number of dresses by taking the mid value of model class as the assumed mean. So we'll do it here, finding the mean. So here class interval. So we have to write down all these. And we need total and calculate the mid value. Mid value is the x value. So add and divide by 2. So these are class limits. Either class limits or class boundaries, you take the average. Add and divide by 2. So 8 plus 10, 18, divide by 2, 9. This is 12. So always one more than that. So 15, 18, 21, 24. That's the mid values. And then the frequencies given 5, 8, 15, 10, 8, 4. So you have to take the assumed mean as the mid value of the model class. Model class 14 to 16. So the mid value is 15. So we'll take 15 as the assumed mean and find out the deviation. Deviation is x minus 15. So deviation becomes here 0, What's the difference here? Always difference is 3. So when you subtract 15, this is minus 3, minus 6, plus 3, plus 6, plus 9. Now we have to construct the FD column. Multiply the two columns. 5 times minus 6 minus 30. 8 times minus 3 minus 24. 0. 10 times 3 30. 48. 36. So the positive values 8 plus 6 14. 1 remaining. 5 plus 3 8. Plus 3 11. Minus 54. So what's the value? 0, 6. 60 is the answer. So how you find out the mean value? So we can calculate the mean sigma FD. So first you have to take the assumed mean plus sigma FD, total of FD divided by total of frequencies. Assumed mean we took as 15. What's the total of all frequencies? 10, 8, 8, 16, 26. So this is 30. So 60 divided by 30. So 15 plus 60 divided by 30. 30 times 2, 15 plus 2, 17 dresses per day. And what's the third part? Find the number of dresses that can be sewn within a month. So this is 1 day. So for a month, you can take 30 days for 1 month. So 0, 3 times 7, 21, 3 times 1, 3 plus 2, 5. So altogether 510 dresses per month. So let's give marks. So you get 1 mark for writing down the modal class and 1 mark here for the mid values. FD values 1 mark and 1 mark for the total, and then total of frequencies. What's total of frequencies? Not 30. Just check it. So we forgot to add these two. So that means the answer is wrong. So we didn't add it properly. So shall we make the correct value here? Shall we do it again? So what's the total here? 10, 16. That's 10, 16 is 26 and 4, 30, and these two we forgot. So 50 here, total is 50. So we'll put 5 here. And what's the change we have to do? So the change is not here, 60. So we'll make it 50 here and calculate the correct value. So this is not 17 then. So this is 50 divide, not 50, sigma FD is 60. Divide by 50. So you get 15 plus 1 point, 5 times 1, 5, for 10 that's 2, 1.2. So 16.2 means this is number of dresses, so 16 dresses. 16 dresses if you want the full amount, whole number. So 16.2 is the answer, and then for 30 days, 16.2 into 30, you get So 486 full dresses. So we get 1 mark here and 1 mark for this answer. So altogether how many marks we give? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1 more mark, 7, and 3 marks for this step. And 7 plus 3, 10 marks. So the total is 10 marks. Question number 6. The length of side of right square pyramid given in the figure is 12 centimeters. The perpendicular height of a triangular face is 10 centimeters. Find the area of a triangular face. Find the total surface area. So you need to know the formula. And the second one, you have to use logarithmic tables to find the answers. So let's do the first part. So the length is given 12 centimeters, that's a square. The perpendicular height of the triangular face is 10. Find the area of the triangular face. Half into base length is 12 and the height is given 10. You get 6 times 10, that's 60 square centimeters. And the second part, find the total surface area of the pyramid. So you get the base square, so that means 12 times 12 plus how many triangles? 4 triangles, each with 60. So what's the total? 12 times 12, 144. 4 times 60, 240. So when you add it, you get 384 square centimeters is the total surface area. So how many marks for that step? 2 marks for finding the area of the triangle and 2 marks for the surface area. And then next part, simplify using logarithmic tables and state the answer to the nearest second decimal. So we can take this one as any letter. I'll take R. Then take log both sides. When you take log both sides, this becomes addition. 2.475 squared, that means you can multiply by 2. So I'll first write squared plus log of 0.624 minus log of 16.58. Now, this one I can take it out and write 2 times. Now, log of 2.475. So, this is standard notation. So, 0.2475. You have to refer the log tables. 2475. You have to add 9. So, what's the answer? 9 plus 7. 16 and 1 remaining. So, 3. 39, 36. Then plus 0 point something. That means we have to write bar 1. 62, 4. That's the second table. 62, 4. 79, 52. 79, 52. Then the third one, subtract. This is 1 point something. 16 means 1 point something. 16, 5, 8. 16, 5, 8. 8 is 21. Add 21 to that. 2175. 2175 and 21 you get 2196. 2196. Now we have to first multiply this by 2. 2 times 2 times 6, 12. 2 times 3 is 6 plus 1, 7. 2 times 9, 18. 2 times 3, 6 plus 7. That's the answer. Add bar 1, 7952. First we'll add it. 4, 12 and 18, 15, and bar 1 and plus 1 get cancelled out, you get 0. Now you have to subtract 1.2196. When you subtract, what you get? 8, 2, 6 here, 3. And 0 minus 1, you get bar 1. Now you have to look at the antilog value. So R becomes antilog value of bar 1.3628. Now we have to look at the antilog value of this one, 3628. So 3628 from this table. So where you get? So this is 23, 17 is there. So when you subtract this 17 and this one 28, you need another 11. 11 from 6. So 2306. But this is bar 1, so that means you have to keep the decimal place here, 0.2306, but this answer correct to 2 decimal places. So 2 decimal places, so you can write 0.23, correct to 2 decimal place, that's the value. So how many marks for these parts? So part B, we gave marks for this step, 4 marks, so 6 marks for the whole question. So from the beginning, you are getting 1 mark for taking laws of logarithms and 1 mark for each value referring the table. So 3, 4, 5 for the calculation part, and last one, 1 mark. That's 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 marks for that. Now question number 7. So that's a big question. You have to do step by step to get the answer, and you get 10 marks. The price of a refrigerator is 56,000 rupees. It can be bought by making a down payment of 8,000 and paying the remainder by 12 equal monthly installments. If a monthly installment is 4,260, find the annual interest rate, where the interest is calculated on the reducing balance. So how we can start the one? So 56,000, but the down payment is 8,000. So what is the remaining amount? Remaining amount is 56,000 rupees minus 8,000 rupees. So 48,000 rupees. That's the remaining amount. So you have to pay that from 12 equal monthly installments. If a monthly installment is 4,260, find the annual interest rate. So without the payment, what is the amount you need to pay? installment without the interest. You have to divide this by 12. That means 4,000 rupees. Now we need to find out the total interest paying. So 4,000 and here 4,260. So that's the monthly installment. So you have to take the difference and multiply by 12 to get the total interest. So total interest is, you are paying 4,260, but the actual one is without the interest 4,000. That one for a month multiplied by 12. So you get 260 times 12. 3,120 rupees. That's the total interest. Now, what's the next step? We have to find out month units. Months units. This is like 12 plus 11 plus like that, reducing. So 12 into 13 divided by 2 months units. So 6 times 13, 78 months units are there. So total interest is this one. And what is the interest for a month unit? You have to divide by 78. So what's the value? When you multiply by 4, you get this. 78 times 4, you get 312. So this is 40. So 40 rupees you have paid for a month unit. So how you find out the percentage? Percentage annual interest. So you are paying for 48,000 rupees, just 40 rupees. So, and percentage annual interest is, so how you find out the annual interest? You have to pay 40 rupees for 4,000 without the interest. That's for a month. So multiply by 12 to get 1 year and multiply by 100%. So that's the annual rate. 0 get cancelled out, 2 zeros, 4 with 1, here 1. So the annual rate is 12%. So you get full 10 marks for the whole question. So starting from here, we'll give marks. For each step, we'll give this one, we'll give 1 mark. This one, 2. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So the whole question you are getting 10 marks. For the final answer, 12% annual rate. So let's do the next question. So now we are doing part B. So next, this part B, 8th question. So you have to select only 5 questions out of 6. For a Vesak decoration, lightened bangles has made by fixing bulbs such as 4, 8, 12, 16 like that. In the decoration, if there are 10 bangles, how many bulbs are in 10th bangle? So What's the first term? First term is 4. And what is the progression here? 4, 8, 12. So we can see common difference is there. 8 minus 4 or 12 minus 8, 16 minus 12, all are 4s. So this is arithmetic progression. So we need T10, 10th term. First term plus n minus 1. So that means 10 minus 1, 9 times 4. According to Bodmer's, we have to do multiplication. So 36 plus 4, that's 40 bulbs are there. So second part, how many total number of bulbs are there? For 10 bangles, total. So S10. S10 is equal to, so 10 divided by 2, n over 2, a plus l you can use. We know first term is 4, last term, that's 10th term is 40. So 2 times 5, 5 times 44. 220 bulbs altogether. That's the sum of all bulbs. So how many marks? 2 marks for the first part, this one, and 3 marks for the second part. So we are giving 5 marks for that question. So that's the second part. So third part we'll do in the next page. So third part, in this decoration, if the bulbs are fixed 4, 8, 16, such as, show that it is required 32 more bulbs for 6 bangles. Now that progression is different. Now 4, 8, 16 like that. So first term is 4. And what is this progression? So that's not arithmetic, that's geometric. So you get common ratio. Any term divided by the previous, or 16 divided by 8, you get same common ratio. So then in the decoration, if the bulbs are fixed, show that it's required 32 bulbs for 6 bangles. So T6. So T6 we can find out what's the term and then use the formula. So all together for 6 bangles. So we'll find out S6. So how you find out S6? So this is geometric. So A, R to the power n. Now R is more than 1. So we can use R first. R to the power n, that's 6 minus 1 over R minus 1. So how many bulbs? 4. 2 to the power 6. 2 to the power 5 is 32. 6 is 64. 64 minus 1 is 63. 2 minus 1 is 1. 4 times 3, 12. 4 times 6, 24 plus 1, 25. So here altogether 252 bulbs. Earlier 220. So the difference is 252 minus 220. You get 32 more bulbs are there. So that's what we need to prove. So how many marks for this one? You get 5 marks. 3 marks for finding the total number of bulbs here and showing that extra 32 bulbs needed. That's altogether 3 and 2, 5 marks. Question number 9, that's the construction one. So you can use only the straight edge and the pair of compasses. So we'll use straight edge and pair of compass to construct these given instructions. Using only a pair of compass and straight edge, construct these. So first part, construct the line segment AB of 6 centimeters and construct AP such that BAP is 60 degrees. So we have to draw the line first. So we'll take first a straight line here, and then what you do, we need 6 centimeters. Measure 6 centimeters. So that's 6 centimeter length. So this is AB, 6 centimeter length. Then construct AP such that BAP, you have to construct 60-degree angle. So how you construct 60-degree angle? You take a certain distance here, draw an arc here, arc above, and take the same distance and mark the other arc. So you get 60-degree angle. So that's 60. So this is AP. Then construct the perpendicular bisector of AB. So you need the compass to draw the perpendicular. So we'll take certain distance, more than half of the length AB, draw an arc below and above, and do the same thing, keeping the compass on point B. So here and here. We have to draw it again because we didn't get the intersecting point. So we'll extend this line. Now you get the 2 intersecting points. Now you have to draw the perpendicular bisector. Connect the 2 points there. So that's the perpendicular bisector of AB. Name the point of intersecting of AP line and the perpendicular bisector as D. So this point is D. So how many marks for these steps? So you are getting 1 mark for drawing AB and 1 mark for drawing the angle 60 degrees and 2 marks for marking the point D there, and 2 marks for drawing the perpendicular bisector. So we have already given 1 mark for this, and marking D point 1 mark. So 2 marks. So let's do the other parts. The next part, complete the parallelogram ABCD. ABCD. So we can use the compass to do that. So we use the parallelogram method. So what we can do, we take the distance from A to B and we mark from D to that. So we can draw an arc there. Then what we do, we take A to D distance and then we can mark from B to that. So the intersecting point of the 2 points becomes the C point. So we use the parallelogram method. Now you can connect this DC and BC. That's a parallelogram. Then construct the circle passes through the points A, B, D. So that means we have to draw the perpendicular bisector of AD. So we'll take the compass and draw the perpendicular because we need to find out the center. So we'll take any length, draw an arc above and then below, keep on top of D and draw the arc here and arc here. Now we have the two intersecting points you can connect. So this one and this one. So when you connect that, you get the center. So this is one perpendicular bisector, this is one other one. So the intersecting point. So we'll take O as the center of the circle. Now we have to draw the circle. So what's the center? Center is here. You can take any distance, either B or A or D. So check this one and this one. So now we can draw the circle. The circle passes through A, B, D. And then give reasons for being CD. CD is the tangent to the circle. So that means we have to show that this is 90 degrees. So how can we show that? It's 90. We know this is perpendicular bisector we drew. So this is 90. And these two lines are parallel. So that means, so what is this angle? CDO angle should be 180 minus 90 because allied angles add up to 180. Then that becomes 90. So the radius is radius and this line both are perpendicular. So that becomes a tangent. So radius is perpendicular to the tangent. So therefore, CD is the tangent. So how many marks? So you got 4 marks there and 2 marks for completing the parallelogram and construct the circle, 2 marks, and writing down this statement, it's a tangent, 2 marks. So 6 marks here and 4 marks before, altogether 10 marks. Let's do the next question. Question number 10, that's a Venn diagram. So 5 parts are there. So we'll do separately. From 75 students in grade 11, 70 students participated on a trip. Among them, 35 like to travel Kandy, 38 to visit Sigiriya, others like to visit Dambadeniya. So S means students who participated to the trip. So now we can mark those values. So altogether 75. Students who participated to the trip, that's 70. So this is S is 70. And then 35 like to travel Kandy. So which one is Kandy? B. B circle, that's 35. And 38 like to visit Sigiriya. So that's A. So 38. Insert the above information in given Venn diagram. How many like to visit both Kandy and Sigiriya? So now we have to find out this part. So we can do without writing X also, but we'll try with X. We need to find out this value. If this is a X, this is 38 minus X, and this becomes 35 minus X because the whole circle is 35. Now you can construct an equation with 75, that's the total. So 75 is equal to if this is 75, this is 70, this is 5 outside. So we can add 5 plus 5, 10 plus 38 minus x, x and 35 minus x. Now simplify, minus x and plus x get cancelled out. So you get 10, this is 15 plus 38 and 35, you get 73 and 75 and you get minus x. So the total of these two, you get 88 minus x is 75. So what is x? 88 minus 75, that's 13. So that's 13. So they are asking what is the x value? 13. So the answer for this one is 13. That's the second part. So we'll give marks for that. I'll write in a different color. If this is 13, what is this one? 38 minus 13, 25. 35 minus 13, that's 22. So marks for these steps. So 3 marks for showing all the values in the Venn diagram. 13, you get 2 marks. So 5 marks there. Next part, the portion represented by 10 in Venn diagram, write in set notation. So this one, what is that? So that's inside S and outside these two. What is these two? A and B. Inside the circle, A or B. We say A or B. That means A union B. Outside those two circles, A union B dash. But inside the S circle, intersect with S. So that's the set notation for the Venn diagram. How many like to visit Sigiriya but not like to visit Kandy? So which circle is Kandy? Kandy is B, but A means Sigiriya. So how many like to visit Sigiriya inside this and outside that? So we'll fill the values again. 13, 25, 22, 5. Those are the values we got. Sigiriya but not Kandy means 25. Then how many like to visit Kandy? That's Kandy but not like to visit Sigiriya. The other part is 22. So those are the answers. So how many marks for these questions? So 13, you got A union B dash, intersection S is 3 marks. And 1 mark for 25, 1 mark. So how many marks? So 3, 4, 5 here, and previously we gave 5 marks. So altogether 10 marks for that question. Let's do question number 11. So you get 2 parts. So this is about proofs. So you have a triangle. It says according to the data in the figure, show that BAD is an isosceles triangle. BAD. So this triangle. And show that AC squared is plus AD squared is 4AB squared. So we'll do separately. Now these two lengths are equal. So first we'll take these two triangles. ABE triangle and BEC triangle. What can you say about these two triangles? AE is equal to EC, that's given. And BE is common. And also this is given 90 degrees. AEB angle is equal to BEC angle, that's 90 degrees. So according to these three, we can say ABE triangle is congruent to BEC triangle because of side angle side. So that means these two are congruent, means the corresponding elements, this length is equal to this length. So we can write AB is equal to BC, corresponding elements. Corresponding elements are equal. Then what else we can say? And can you see that AD and BE both are parallel? Why those two are parallel? This is 90, this is 90. Allied angles add up to 180. So you can write AD is parallel to BE, allied angles 180. So this length is parallel to this one. So now look at carefully, these two lines are parallel and these two lengths are equal. That means E is the midpoint. According to Converse midpoint theorem, what can you say? Converse midpoint theorem you can say BD equals BC. BD equals BC according to Converse midpoint theorem. Now look at carefully, we found AB equals BC and BD equals BC. So what can you say about this? AB is equal to BD. So AB equals BD now. This length is same as this length. So it's an isosceles triangle. So you can say because of that two lengths are equal, ABD is an isosceles triangle. So isosceles triangle. That's the first part. So how many marks for the first part? You get 6 marks for that. So 3 marks for showing these are congruent and 1 mark for taking corresponding elements, and this is parallel 1 mark and 1 mark, two lengths are equal, and this is isosceles triangle. So 6 marks altogether. Next part. Show that AC squared plus AD squared is 4AB squared. Now we found these two lengths are equal and this is also equal. So now we'll apply Pythagoras theorem. So what is AD squared plus AC squared according to the triangle? That's CD squared. CD you can write twice of BD. So twice of BD because B is the midpoint, but instead of BD you can write AB, twice of AB. Now square it, 2 times 2, 4, AB squared. So So straight away you get AC squared plus AD squared is 4AB squared. So for this step you get 4 marks. So 1 mark, 2, 3, 4. 4 marks for this question. And earlier we gave 6, altogether 10 marks. Now we look at the last question. Question number 12 again about proofs. So we'll do separately. A, B, C, D are 4 points on a circle. If ACD is 50 degrees and DAC angle is 40 degrees. Find the value of ADC. ADC angle, straight away you get, that's a triangle, 180 minus 40 plus 50. So you get 180 minus 90, that's 90 degrees. So this is 90 degrees. Then the second part, show that AC is the diameter of the circle. So AC is definitely diameter because this is 90 degrees. Semicircle angle is 90 degrees. So therefore AC is a diameter. So how many marks? So you get 2 marks for showing this is 90 degrees and 2 marks for writing this is the diameter because of 90 degrees. Next part. If CD is 5 centimeters, so this is 5 centimeters, and AD 12 centimeters, find the radius of the circle. So AC is the diameter and this is 90. So according to Pythagoras Theorem, you can find AC squared is AD squared. So we can use the length 12 squared plus 5 squared. 12 squared is 144 and 5 squared is 25. You get 169. That means 13 squared. 13 times 13. So what's the AC length? 13 centimeters. That's AC. So what is the radius? Radius is half of it. This is the diameter. 13 divided by 2, that's 6.5 centimeters. And the next part, write the relation between ACD, this angle, and ABD. What can you say? When you take AD, same segment angles. So same segment angles are equal. So we can straight away write down ACD is same as ABD. Same segment angles. Then the last part, when CD is produced up to E, write the angle which equal to the angle ADE. ADE. This angle. What is that angle? According to the cyclic quadrilateral, this angle is the exterior angle is equal to opposite interior angle. So this is the equal angle. So we can say ADE angle is equal to ABC angle. Exterior angle of cyclic quadrilateral is equal to opposite interior angle. So that's the last part. So we'll see how many marks for each step. So 13 centimeter and 6.52 marks, and ABD is ACD 2 marks, and it's equal to ABC 2 marks. So altogether 2 times 5, 10 marks for the whole question. So this is the last question of this paper. So do the paper and then watch my video to check your answers.